recasting the planet as a net and flesh as data. The more information we produced about the world, the more alien it seemed. Literally, every body, we were told, was a cyborg, and a whole bestiary of software bots, intelligent agents, and viral code made us aware of interconnectedness on a whole new ecological level. There were utopic visions of virtual communities, cloaked regions of dark fiber, and vaguely lawless evocations of an electronic frontier, no doubt a byproduct of a digital divide and a dot-com frenzy that produced slums with digital satellite dishes. Everything could be and would be encoded and recoded and decoded down to the minutiae of our DNA and the cosmological contours of deep space wormholes. And, at home, in our Bayardian near-future cities, our media screens morphed before our eyes as digital media remediated TV. TV turned into reality. Reality was virtual, and that was okay because reality was all but a simulation anyway. If the post-human future seemed so close, so technological, so secular, it was because it was produced by the very media that were to be the harbingers of a messianic singularity, a convergence of all things into a single Borgesian database. In situations like these, what is needed are those who can become more alien than the alien world that we have produced. What is needed are alien ethnographers, those who can, without simply affirming or denouncing, document the uncanny valley that we know as human culture. Perhaps, against the shock of the new, what is needed are we cartographers of old. Into this scene, Erik Davis's TechGnosis appeared in 1998. TechGnosis was among a handful of books from the 1990s that took up James's challenge for the postmodern, post-human, post-everything era. I think also of Scott Buchapman's Terminal Identity and Mark Derry's Escape Velocity. But Davis's book was unique in the fact that it refused to see the development of new technologies as a purely secular phenomenon. Where the religious impulse cropped up could be in the most unexpected of places. Thus, nothing is off limits in TechGnosis. LSD research, the history of cybernetics, ancient aliens, sensory deprivation tanks, Philip K. Dick, genetic engineering, Mondo 2000 magazine, religious cults, Gaia, computer viruses, 19th century electromagnetism, cyberpunk, Scientology, ancient Egypt, Renaissance magic, G.I. Gurdjieff, raves, Marshall McLuhan, techno-paganism, Pierre Teilhard du Chardin, Manichaeism, VR, and the Corpus Hermeticum. If TechGnosis is anything, it is a compendium of an overwhelming but relevant period in digital culture. But, at the same time, there is a method to this cyber-Gnostic madness. As Davis makes clear in the opening chapter, the aim is neither to gloat enthusiastically over new trends nor to debunk technoculture in its entirety. Instead, TechGnosis is, in his words, a tracing of a secret history of the mystical impulses. In his study of religion without religion, Davis traces the twists and turns of this impulse wherever it takes him. I have to confess that I don't have Davis's patience for some of the more inane, baffling, and cliché corners of popular culture. But, in a way, that is not the point. As an alien ethnographer, Davis's main concern is in tracing the religious impulse, no matter how surprising the contexts are in which it crops up. If there's a through line in TechGnosis, it lies in Davis's patient tracing of the religious impulse as it heads into the new millennium. Looking back now, almost 20 years on, many of Davis's connections have become the stock and trade of contemporary media studies and cultural studies, not to mention the study of religion. It was during the long 1990s, just when everything seemed absolutely technological, that everything was also saturated in the ideas, the language, and the iconography of religion, especially technology. Davis takes this thesis further, suggesting to us that not only was it the 1990s that expressed this techno-mysticism, but the history of technology, from hieroglyphs to computer code, is itself inseparable from the often ambiguous exchanges with something non-human, something otherworldly, something divine. Technology, it seems, is religion by other means.